When we think of the greatest magician in the history of chess, the first name that comes to mind is the magician of Riga, Mikhail Tal. We usually know him for his sacrifices that set the board on fire and his impossible attacks. But there is another side to Tal. I'm going to tell you about a masterpiece where the most powerful pieces, the queens, leave the board right at the start, yet the tension never drops for a single moment. The year is 1956. The place is Leningrad, the Soviet Union Chess Championship. Tal is just 19 years old, a mere boy. Opposite him sits a legendary name in Soviet chess, the close friend and training partner of the world champion, Grandmaster Viacheslav Ragozin. As a legend once said, Tal didn't just sacrifice pieces, he rewrote the logic of chess. However, in this match, instead of breaking logic, Tal applies it in its purest form, with the precision of a surgeon. To understand the significance of this match, we must look at the era. These were the years when Tal was just announcing to the chess scene, "I have arrived." He wasn't world champion yet. In fact, the world didn't fully know him. His opponent, Ragozin, was at the peak of experience, one of the best knowers of positional chess. Normally, you would expect young Tal to attack and the experienced veteran to defend. But in this match, the roles are reversed. According to many authorities, Tal's technical skill was always overshadowed by his tactics. This game proves how he could squeeze water from a stone even in positions that look boring. To win against a defensive master on a board without queens, this is the footstep not just of an attacker, but of a future world champion. Tal has the white pieces, Ragozin has the black. Tal begins classically but immediately chooses a calmer, more strategic path. And then, at the very beginning of the game, a moment occurs that surprises everyone. The queens are exchanged. Why would an aggressive player like Tal give up his most powerful weapon so early? Most people would think the game would end in a draw here, that the excitement would die down. But Tal knows very well that chess isn't just about mating attacks. White has a very slight space advantage, and his pieces move a bit more freely. Tal will take this microscopic advantage and expand it step by step against a giant opponent. Moving into the middle game, in the absence of the strongest pieces, notice how Tal manages his remaining army. He takes control by placing his knights right in the heart of the board, on the opponent's most critical points. Even though his opponent tries to stand firm, Tal gives him no room to breathe. Here, a quote from a famous chess author comes to mind. "Grandmasters do not play to win, they play to improve their position, and the win comes by itself." Tal does exactly this. He is in no rush at all. He confines his opponent's pieces to passive, useless spots. Tal establishes that famous psychological pressure, which usually forces errors. But this time he does it without sacrifices, simply by placing his pieces on perfect squares. And now, the most crucial point, the endgame. There is an old rule in chess. In the endgame, the king must not be a hidden piece, but a fighting soldier. Most players know this, but are afraid to bring their king out. Tal is not afraid. He starts marching his king slowly toward the center, and even toward the opponent. His rook also steps out of defense to dominate the battlefield. And at just the right moment, that central pawn move comes. This is the perfect timing to shatter the opponent's defensive wall. Tal is almost dancing with his opponent. His king, rook, and pawns are working in perfect harmony. Entering the final stretch, Tal plays that critical pawn push that completely destroys the enemy defense. Tal's king is now an unstoppable force, virtually diving into the enemy camp alone. The opponent is helpless. The pawns fall one by one. Tal turns the advantage he created out of thin air, like a magician, into a technical knockout. By the end of the game, there is nothing left for the opponent to do. Tal wins a game that started without the most powerful pieces, using only pure chess intelligence and technique. This game proves that Tal was not just a master of sacrifice, but as skilled as the greatest technical players in history. Mikhail Tal would become world champion just 4 years after this game. This victory was one of the strongest steps on that climb to the summit. This game teaches us this: the game is not over even without your strongest pieces, and courage is required not just when attacking, but also when being patient. Most importantly, whatever your style, you cannot become a legend without mastering the basics, technique, and strategy. This different face of the Magician of Riga is the best proof of how deep a game chess truly is. If you enjoyed this chess journey, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next legendary match.